Hi, my name is Cyrus Stork, and I'm the College Credit Plus coordinator of Pathways for Claremont, Clinton, Warren, and Montgomery County, as well as for non-public and homeschool students. Today, I'm going to give you an overview of what College Credit Plus is, how to prepare, and get started at Sinclair. College Credit Plus is Ohio's dual credit program. It's open for students in grades 7 through 12, and it's an opportunity for them to earn high school and college credit simultaneously. So if you take one course through College Credit Plus, it gives you transcripted college credits, and it also gives you a year's worth of high school credit as well. Students can take up to 30 credit hours a year of combined high school and college coursework. You can think of each high school course as counting for 3 credit hours or 1 Carnegie unit, and each college course will vary from 1 credit hour to 5 credit hours. Students can enroll in eligible courses at the high school, college campus, or online. And those courses are divided into 3 categories: level 1, level 2, and non-allowable. I'll explain more about those on the next slide or two. CCP courses receive the same weighted credit as AP or IB courses do at the high school. So if your high school offers an AP course in a given subject area, you can take a College Credit Plus course in that same subject area, and the College Credit Plus grade for that course will be weighted in the same way as the AP or IB version of the course is at your high school. So level 1 and non-allowable courses are, there are lists published on our website at sinclair.edu. You can look at all of the level 1 courses, and those are the courses that students start with. Once you've earned 15 credit hours through the program, you can then transition to level 2 courses. And then also there are non-allowable courses, which are courses that are never allowed through the College Credit Plus program. Some examples are one-on-one instruction, study abroad, physical education courses. If a course is not on the level 1 list, and it's also not on the level 2, and it's also not on the non-allowable list, that means it's automatically a level 2 course. And like I said, you need 15 credit hours completed to be able to move on to the level 2 courses. So here's some great reasons to choose Sinclair for College Credit Plus. We're accessible with 5 campus locations, as well as more than 160 online course offerings. We have over 100 transfer agreements with different Ohio colleges and universities, and more than 220 degree and certificate programs to choose from. Finally, CCP Free to Finish Scholarship is available to students who have 24 completed credit hours at Sinclair with an overall GPA of 2.5. So next we'll talk about preparing for the program and what to expect. There are many differences between high school and college. Course material learning, the amount of time that is required for students to spend time studying or preparing outside of the classroom, the way that grades are measured or calculated, and then finally the parent role also shifts. The course material and learning, all of the information will be provided, but unlike in high school, instructors aren't always going to remind students of due dates, and they're not going to remind you of the optional assignments, or college requires students to rely on self-advocacy much more than in high school. Study time outside of the classroom it's recommended that students spend 2 to 3 hours per credit hour studying outside of the classroom. So if you're registered for just 1 3-hour course, that means that you need to spend 6 to 9 hours total of study time outside of the classroom. Now that can vary from student to student and from course to course, but it's a good guideline. Grades are calculated differently in college. There are no plus or minuses. And the deadlines in grading is much more firm or less flexible than in high school. So your final grade in some courses may consist of only 4 or so assignments, maybe 2 tests and 2 large papers or large projects. So it's really important that you take each assignment seriously and don't leave any points on the table, especially if it's optional, because not performing well on one assignment in some classes might be detrimental to your success in that class. Finally, the parent role shifts in college from a co-pilot to maybe more of a coach on the sidelines. Students are protected by the Family Education Right to Privacy Act, which prohibits colleges from sharing any information about grades or course registrations or anything like that with anyone other than the student. So there really needs to be a communication between the student and the parent. Otherwise, you won't have an awareness of how the course is going and progress, grades, and things like that along the way. So what does college ready mean? College ready is more than just academics. We can test for academics with our placement tests, but emotional, mental, and social readiness, as well as time management and organizational skills, those we can't test for. So it's really important that you make sure that you're ready for the responsibility of College Credit Plus, because in effect, you're starting your college career when you're entering into this program. Your transcript starts, your GPA starts. So your grades and your success in the program now is the impact is the same as though you were a freshman in college. So it's really important that you take everything seriously. The program is a great opportunity, but there's a lot of responsibility involved, and we just want to make sure that you are ready to be successful. So let's talk about how to get started with the program at Sinclair. So the first step is apply online. If you're a home, you can apply at apply.sinclair.edu/CCP. If you're a homeschool student, you'll complete the online application, but there's an additional step for you. You will submit the completed and signed parent guardian school authorization form for the 2022-2023 school year. That's available at our website. If you go to the sinclair.edu/CCP, if you go to the steps to get started for non-public school families, that authorization form is available there for you to download. After you've applied, your application will be processed and you'll receive an email with your next steps. Most likely, those next steps are going to be determining your eligibility to see if you're eligible for College Credit Plus, and then to see if you're eligible for courses or which courses you are eligible for. You can be accepted based on qualifying placement test scores, ACT scores, SAT scores, or your high school GPA. You may, or you will need to complete the testing to determine your college ready eligibility, which is your readiness for College Credit Plus. But in addition to that, depending on how you test, that's going to determine which courses you can take. So determining your eligibility, like I said, you can take the assessments at Sinclair. You can use statewide test scores. You must test college level in one area or the other, English or math and science. So a score of 18 or greater on the English ACT test, or a score of 22 or greater in the math test on the ACT will qualify you, one or the other, for College Credit Plus. And then the right placer is the name for our placement test in the English subject area. The ALEX is the name for our math placement test. So for non-public school students, you must apply for funding every year in the spring. So first you'll apply to the college or university of your choice. Then you will receive the college acceptance letter. Then you will create your OHID account through the Ohio Department of Education at their website. Step 4 is to apply for state funding and submit your letter of intent. This is due by April 1st. Every year, by April 1st, 5 p.m. is the deadline. It's a very firm deadline. So I encourage you to start the application process early so you can ensure that you have your acceptance letter and so that you can get everything submitted by that April 1st deadline. Finally, after the funding deadline, I believe it takes about 2 weeks or so, then the funding letters will be available to students. You'll then log into your OHID account, download that funding letter, and then send it to Sinclair or whatever college you're enrolled at so that they can apply those awarded hours, and so you will not receive an invoice. If you miss the funding deadline, Sinclair offers the ability for students to pay out of pocket for all College Credit Plus eligible courses at the floor College Credit Plus tuition rate, which is about $41 a credit hour. Per state law, students must understand that a college class could expose them to mature content. Both the student and the parent guardian must acknowledge that a college class could contain graphic and mature content in the online application. So in the online application, there will be an opportunity for you to acknowledge that. And then again, after the application is completed, the student will complete the CCP Mature Content Questionnaire before registering for classes. Once that's completed, then students will be able to register for classes. After that, you register for classes. Just like online shopping, you go to the registration portal, you select your courses, put them in your shopping cart, and then you click register now. And you will receive an official email confirmation of the registration. And that's it. Clicking that final register now button is the most important step though, because that's what finalizes the registration officially. Just to recap, here's some key dates. The letter of intent is due to your high school or to the state of Ohio by April 1st. And the Sinclair application is due May 1st. If you're a current Sinclair College Credit Plus student and you're going to be coming to Sinclair after College Credit Plus, after you graduate from high school, you do not need to complete an additional application or do anything extra. You just continue to register for courses and we automatically will change you over to a traditional student upon your graduation. That doesn't obligate you to come to Sinclair. If you don't choose to do that, that's also fine. We just want to make it easy for you if you do decide to come here. Students at Sinclair succeed. Last year, we're very proud to say that 53 students graduated from Sinclair before graduating from high school. Of 92% of CCP students received passing grades and earned college credit. 61,103 credit hours were awarded last year for 8,150 students who were enrolled. So Sinclair's College Credit Plus program is very robust and students are successful. Finally, if you have any questions along the way, I encourage you to reach out to me and our office. Our phone number is here at the bottom, as well as our email address. I encourage you to reach out along the way. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to help. Thanks and Have a great day.